Okay, let's get right into it. We see 5-star ratings everywhere, right? But what do they actually mean? Today, we're going to peek behind the curtain of a company with hundreds of them to figure out what the secret sauce really is. We're deconstructing what it takes to build a legit 5-star reputation, and we're using the reviews for a luxury transport service, AZ Black Tie, as our case study.
So, let's start with the big question. When you see that perfect rating, what are you really looking at? What's the line between a service that's just good and one that consistently, just blows people's minds?
Is it the stuff you see on the surface? The gleaming vehicles, the super slick branding, the website that works perfectly. I mean, those things are definitely important, but is that the whole story? Or does it go a little deeper? Is the real magic in the way people treat you? That feeling of being genuinely cared for? The human touch that turns a simple service into an actual experience you remember.
I think this quote from Arnold Alejandro really kicks things off perfectly. Listen to the words he's using. Amazing and caring. He's not saying fast or affordable. He's talking about how they made him feel. And that, right there, is our jumping off point.
All right, section 1. First things first, let's establish why we're even looking at this company. We're not just cherry-picking a few good comments. We are looking at a clear, established pattern, a proven reputation that's built on delivering perfection ride after ride. And the proof is right here, over 185-star reviews. Come on, that is not a fluke. To get that kind of consistent, glowing feedback, you have to be doing something fundamentally right every single time.
And that leads to these incredibly powerful, just definitive statements like this one from Pat O'Hearn. It's not, yeah, they're pretty good. This is the best. This is your company. That's the kind of loyalty businesses would kill for, and it's all built on the customer experience.
So, where does a 5-star experience really begin? You might think it's when you get in the car, but nope. It turns out that flawless service starts way before you even see the vehicle. It all begins with that very first click or call.
In the reviews, one name keeps popping up: Dominic. He's often the first point of contact, and he completely sets the tone. Elisier points out how kind he was and how he made the whole process easy. The journey begins with absolutely zero stress.
And this shows us something really important. A great experience isn't an accident. It's engineered. The reviews spell out the formula for us, making the inquiry easy, having totally clear pricing, professional communication, and then confirming all the details so there are no nasty surprises. Tanya Rosenfeld's review just wraps it all up in a perfect bow. She uses the word perfect for the entire thing from start to finish. That consistency, from the booking to the final drop-off, that's everything.
Okay, now for the main event. Once you're all booked, the experience is literally in the hands of the chauffeur. And reading these reviews, it's so clear these folks aren't just drivers. They are the main characters who create the memory.
Let's meet a few of them through the customer's own words. First up is Tony. Notice what Teresa talks about. Not his driving, but his attitude. Funny, nice, caring. He made them feel like they were the most important people in the world. He turned a simple ride into a real human connection.
Then you've got Brett. Melissa Jones here is highlighting the absolute bedrock of great service, being on time and being polite. He took great care of his passengers. It sounds simple, but that little phrase says everything about reliability and trust.
Oh, this one's great. Scott wasn't just a guy driving some kids to a homecoming dance. According to Misty, he was a key part of the entire event. He actually elevated the experience, making them feel like celebrities and helping create a memory they'll have forever. Now that is a game changer.
And then there's this. This shows a whole other level of service. Lucy Ruby needed a ride for a medical procedure, which is, a super stressful and vulnerable time. Robert's job went from chauffeur to caregiver. His patience and kindness, that wasn't just good service. That was just plain compassion.
What all these stories really show is a crucial skill. A truly great service isn't a one-trick pony. It adapts. It understands the reason for the journey and delivers exactly the right emotional experience, whether it's a huge party or a quiet, serious moment. And just look at this list. I mean, the range is incredible. You go from the highest of highs, weddings, bachelorette parties, birthdays,
all the way to the most solemn and difficult moments like medical trips and funerals. Every one of those requires a totally different mindset, a different level of care.
This quote right here reveals what the company is really selling. Trevor Howard wasn't just buying a prom limo for his daughter. He was buying peace of mind. He was thousands of miles away in Hawaii, and he could actually relax because he knew she was safe. That's the real product.
And then you have the complete other end of the emotional spectrum. On what must have been an incredibly tough day for Stephen Julian and his family, the service was defined by three things: quiet professionalism, being early, and respect. They understood their role wasn't to be bubbly and fun, but to be a steady, reliable, and supportive presence.
So let's put all the pieces together. What is the anatomy of an impeccable 5-star reputation? We've seen it now. It starts with a seamless process, it's delivered by amazing people, and it's powered by the emotional intelligence to adapt to literally any occasion.
I love this because it boils it all down. A 5-star service finds every single point of stress that you, the customer, might have, and they just eliminate it. So instead of worrying, will they be on time, you just know they'll be early. They basically take every travel anxiety you have and replace it with a guarantee.
So, I think this brings us to our final definition. Real 5-star service, it's not just one thing. It's a synthesis, right? It's the combination of a smooth process, perfect equipment, and, this is the most important part, exceptional people who are laser-focused on delivering the right emotional outcome for you, whatever that may be.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. We've just broken down one company's success, but these lessons apply to everything. So the next time you see a perfect 5-star rating for any service, what are you going to look for? Will you just see the number? Or will you start looking for the human stories of care, reliability, and kindness that actually built it?